Hey Joes and Joettes, this is the audio rendition of a blog post. April 11th, 2018, Who is the Clown? Before we get started in this post, let me say this. No, this is not a post about to expose everybody as a clown in some way or another. I actually saw showing the title because the title is long, if I put the actual title. So what's the title, the actual topic for today? Who is the clown that brings me their need and no seed? It is so obscure. You have no idea what this post is about. Just about a clown, a need, and no seed. So, who said this obscure quote? The late and great Jim Rohn. Who's Jim Rohn? Jim Rohn can be considered an entrepreneur, a motivational speaker, author. What I know Jim Rohn for is he mentored Tony Robbins. And I love Tony Robbins to death. One these days I'm actually going to go to one of his events. They keep emailing me and I keep deleting them. But I'm going to go. So, what better person to learn from than the person who taught Tony many things? What made me get this quote from Jim Rohn? Well, I listen to audios on my way to work and from work and throughout work when I'm lifting things. So, I was listening to a talk he did back in the day, of course, about financial advice. He's not a certified financial planner yet. This talk gave away better advice than many financial planners will ever give because it's real advice, practical advice. So, what's the magical advice? What you get is directly proportional to what you put in. Short and simple. That's why I love Jim Rohn. Mr. Rohn, after saying this, he talks about the harvest. And the only way to have crops is to plant your seed. And that's exactly when he said the quote, which this post is technically supposed to be titled after, Who is a clown that brings me their need and no seed? Don't worry if you still don't fully grasp the true meaning of this quote. I'm about to break it down. So let's go literal on this. First part of the quote, Who is the clown? Clown is being used to refer to someone who is acting a fool. I'll say idiot, retard, but it's not politically correct. So someone who's not that bright upstairs. Next part, that brings me their need. Need is being used to describe the person's desire, their want. Final part, and no seed. Seed is being used to describe the work. That's the literal translation of the quote. So let me give it to you in average Joe lingo. How can you expect to achieve your desires or dreams if you don't put in the work, comma, dummy? Had to put in the dummy because I didn't see a way to put in clown. You can't expect to get corn from your farm if you don't plant and care for it. You can't expect to achieve your goals if you're not putting in any work. So if you're listening to it, it might be before or after I put up episode 25 of the podcast. So guess what? Listen to that podcast because I go a bit deeper into this, but let's talk about it in this post. Your result will be the sum of all the work you put in. So you can't expect to get anything if you're not putting anything in. To achieve anything in life, you have to work hard. Take this community, for instance. I have to put out content and more content to reap my harvest, which is this community grow. It can't grow if I'm not planting any seeds or putting out content. And you have to get more seeds to get your crops because just one seed is enough. You know what that means? Getting more seeds. Not telling you jump into 500 businesses. No. That means working harder than you have before. Told you, Jim Rohn just blew your mind. Or my translation of his quote did. You can get more of his teachings on YouTube for free. Just search his name. Also, I'm no way sponsored by Jim Rohn, but I still have to recommend his advice. Just like Gary Vee and Tony Robbins, I see Jim Rohn as a mentor. Even though he's no longer in this world, his teachings are still there to guide entrepreneurs such as myself. This is a short post, but the information is key. If you're not putting any work, you can't reap any rewards. Or let me give you guys a little nugget. Don't be a professional meeting goer. Episode 25. Listen to it. Because I go deep into this, but I give more of an insight into myself. And guess what? Joes and Joettes, that's it for this post. It was short and simple. Actually took me a couple hours to write. And like 10 minutes to find a good picture on the sites to get free stock images. But that's it for this post. And if you want to help out, share this with anyone or actually read that actual post because you might like the written form better. Anyway, guys, you hear me in the next one. See ya.